Hi everyone, Jim here, and welcome back to another video. Now, about a month ago, one of my centipedes, the Ethmostigmus troctopodus, had produced a lot of eggs and was curled up. And the other day I went to check on those, and the babies seemed to be leaving the mum. They've completely changed colour. They're basically almost like miniature versions of the adult. And I'm very new to this, so I believe it's time, probably, or a little bit overdue time, to separate them, even though I have noticed them going back underneath mum to hide. Now, I checked her yesterday and she was doing okay, just a bit skinny because of obviously the eggs and everything, and she wouldn't take food when I offered it to her with the babies there. So I'm hoping she's all right and she'll do all right. But today I thought I will try and separate as many of the babies as possible, and separate them off into their individual sort of tubs, sort of container things. I have a funny feeling that I don't have enough containers. I'm going off of the assumption that they should be keeping them on their own. I'm very inexperienced when it comes to rearing centipedes. This animal I did not intentionally breed. I didn't do it. It's a wild caught specimen, so it came in from the wild, basically carrying the babies essentially in eggs inside her. So it's very important to ensure these babies do well, or at least I'm going to try really hard to ensure that they do well, because in my mind, this animal and these babies should have been in the wild naturally. So it's now my responsibility to make sure they do well and get to people that will care for these animals and ensure that they do well in captivity, because they should have been in the wild, if that makes sense. But I digress. I don't know if you can notice, but I'm wearing a mic. I'm wired up like a snitch, so hopefully the audio doesn't sound too horrendous. Let me know, because normally I use the phones thing. There is a lot of cable here. I think I should have gotten the wireless ones, but I'm not too good with wireless stuff. I tend to break things. So yeah, so what I've got here, a selection of these. These are actually the Monkfield superworm or Morio worm tubs. I'm hoping that they do well. I actually separated 2 centipedes off yesterday just to see what happens, and by the looks of it, they can't get out of these holes for now. I'm going to house these guys in another enclosure in case they do escape. They're in another enclosure, but I think they should be okay. Touch wood. That was me touching wood. Hopefully they don't get out. They are fairly small, so they should be able to scale this really. And all I've done was just get a bit of substrate and a small piece of wood. There's actually a bit of plywood that I used in my scorpion setup. I don't know if I posted that video. But yes, so hopefully they do well. I think I have 13 or 14 tubs here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 tubs here. I've already got 2 babies out, so that's 16. Mental maths, genius. By looking at it, I think there's a few more than that, so I don't know what I'm going to do when that happens. So yes, I'm recording this. Probably not going to look great. Probably not going to go too well. Please bear with me. The main concern and priority is making sure these babies get out nicely, safely, and into secure containers. So if the angles are wrong and you're not seeing a lot, please bear with. I apologize. So without further ado, I'm going to angle you guys slightly more towards my crutchal region. Okay, so you're now on the floor, so the angle's probably a bit better for seeing these doodah things, but not really ideal for seeing me. You're just looking at my crutch. Sorry about that. Okay, so here is the setup. Now, I did have a little bit of a mold outbreak in here. while it was all going on. So, and I didn't really want to clean it out or do anything really because of the babies and the female. So I sort of left her to it, really. I don't know if I'll be able to show you. I might have to, if I can grab the camera here. So let's have a look. I don't know what you can see there, but there are loads of babies and the female's doing okay by the looks of it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift up the cork bark and place it in this small Exoterra thing. Oh, there we go. Now the problem is they hide in the cork bark as well. Okay, there are still loads in here. Now, an interesting thing I've seen, I did a bit of Googling, and a lot of videos, they're removing them before they get this sort of same color as the female. And what I'm noticing right now, or what I'm looking at, is the babies are still going underneath the female, exactly where they sort of grew up, essentially. So it's an interesting thing. Oh wow, I don't know if you can see that. Look at them. Okay, so I don't have a paintbrush. That's the only issue here. People are picking them up with a stick. I don't have that. This is unsurprisingly very difficult. Ah, yes, I have got one. I don't know if you can see that. But you can see the very small. Wow. Okay, so this one here. Oh no, they've all gone into the cork bark. I'm just going to slippity slide him in there. And he's in. That's one down. Quite a few more to go. I don't want to break me cork bark, but I think I might have to, because they've all found a way into it. Oh no. Yeah, they're all inside the cork bark. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do something interesting. So all these ones in the cork bark, they've gone inside the cork bark. They seem fairly chuffed with each other. They're all clumping up together. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to leave them together in this container. I'm going to put some substrate in and keep them in here. I might raise them communally for a short period of time until they get big enough to be separated easier, and or I start to notice there's beginning to be less and less of them. That's what I'm going to do. So I've got some substrate here. Just gonna gently pick this up without getting, I need some more substrate, I think. And then I'm just going to leave them in there. That's what I'm gonna do. Whoa! So I just... Oh. So I just turned around and I thought I'd grab this here. And somebody was stalking me from behind and got me. He's constricting me. I'm purple on this hand now. He doesn't know what's going on. He thought I was food. I don't blame him. Now it looks quite gory, but the thing is with snake bites is that their teeth are not serrated. So they're like little pinpricks. So when they go into you, it hurts a bit. When they come out of you, you bleed a lot. But the blood is cleaning the wound, essentially. So you'll be perfectly fine. So I'm going to try and stop bleeding everywhere and put the snake back. Okay, I'm back. So I did just get taken down by the carpet python, Bob, the 8-foot carpet python. I made the rather stupid mistake of sticking my hand in the enclosure quickly. Some things now have blood on them, like the label for the centipede. I've unplugged the headphones, so you can probably see there is a difference in audio. So tell me which one you prefer. But I took the opportunity to get myself a paintbrush, a little paintbrush. I managed to find one. So we're going to try this again, but this time we're going to use the paintbrush and do it professionally and hopefully not get shredded. I did chuck the cork bark back in the enclosure and popped them back, but I'm going to carry on now with the thing. Here we go. I'm just gonna, oh yeah, this is so much easier. So I've just removed 3. So now let's get these 3 into Tupperware containers. In my mad rush, I sadly crushed my sling pot. So we have a casualty. So I need another sling pot, which I don't think I have. Oh yes I do. Aha! Sling pots. Okay. My hand's a bit sore now, as it will be. I mean, I don't know if you can see. There's the bite, and then on the other side as well. He hasn't been able to bite me that bad in years, actually. So at least it gets him out of there. Quite frustratingly, though, he bites me. I finally get him off me, and then he turns around and tries to strike at me again. So he's definitely hungry. So I guess I have to feed him, even though he had food 2 or 3 days ago. I wonder if he'll just climb up the paintbrush. No. Oh, there's one. There we go. In there. Now, I really do hope they can't. I think they can't get out. This sucks. This really sucks. I'm just going to use this piece of wood. Yeah, so much better. Oh yeah, that worked. Pieces of wood work so much better. I guess the more rougher, more secure texture they prefer to climb on. There's another one there. I don't know if you can see that. Lovely bit of posing there for him. Move this in here because there's more in here, so I might carry on with my plan to I might carry on my plan to try and raise some of these communally for a bit to see what happens, and so I have a backup plan. This one's sadly covered in a bit of blood, so I must have dripped on him when I picked it up and placed back the cork bark. So hopefully that doesn't affect him too much. He's almost got like a little saddle of blood on him. I don't know if you'll be able to make that out. Oh yes, you can. You definitely can. But, oi! Get off me tongs! I'm going to scoop up some soil and get the female into this here. Because I don't want to poke and prod her all the time. Just check this. No Centipede Babies in this. I want enough for her to just scoop down into. No, sift through this soil without any issues of her getting stressed. Come on, girl, will you go in there, please? Oh, you're a star, thank you. Alright, so that is the female there. Let's just have that there. There we go. I just picked it up with with some substrate and balanced it over. What I'm doing now is I'm just grabbing loads of substrate at the same time. There we go. Pick it up. I mean, they're not in a bitey mood. They're just in a fleeing mood. Ooh, away it goes. Crikey. Oh, come on. Ah. Oh, come on. I'm not losing you. Solid. Oh, this is sketch. Ah, it's on my hand. Bugger. Now, for some reason, I have one more jar, but no lid. Ah, it's up here. Right. I think that's all of them in here. Yeah. Or at least that's all I can see. What I'll do is I'll just quickly make a little divot for her to go into underneath the cork bark when I put it back. But yeah, that seems to be all the ones in there. So I'm going to just put that behind me there. And I have one more thing, so I'm going to try and get one more of these guys off of the wood to Okay, so I'm going to leave this like this here. I'm going to put the lid on, even though they most likely get out of that. Hopefully they can't scale this. What I'll do is I'll put this in an enclosure on its own as well. And I just need to put something in this old enclosure for the female so she can hide under. Got this water dish here, so what I'll do is I'll just drop this in like that so she can just burrow under there and feel secure. For now it's just temporary until I can get the cork bark back. I'll just slowly tip her and the soil out there. Oh, hey girl, doesn't really know what's going on. There she is. And I'll give her a day, and then I'll chuck in a food item for her, and hopefully she will take that and sort of do well. Like I said, I'm very inexperienced when it comes to this, as you can see, but I'm trying to do it somewhat okay. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these all in an enclosure so they're all secure together. And you can see, I don't know if you can actually see that. Can you see that? There is a centipede kicking around in there. So it looks like they struggle to climb this, so by the time they get to the top, it's a bit too far away to get through those holes. So they should be secure in here. What I'll do is I'll go through and give them a light misting later on tonight, so they have a bit of hydration. And then I will try and give them a small feeding within the week. But yeah, that's the video, guys. Thank you for watching. I know it's been a bit of a weird one. But yeah, thank you. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.